with teams like Liverpool. You remember those last time he renewed his contract, Bukayo Saka. Liverpool was interested in him. Real Madrid was knocking on the door. Chelsea was knocking on the door. Real Madrid there, Barcelona there, and Aston went ahead to obviously give him what we call a contract of 4 years with a further option of 1 year. Now, ever since he's signed that contract, Arsenal have been looking through in his performances, and guess what? They've gone ahead to obviously give him a new contract, and he has gone ahead to agree with, and that is Bukayo Saka. Welcome to what we call the Rokani Media Football. You get smash like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as don't miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. So Arsenal is really over the moon as the man known as Bukayo Saka has gone ahead to agree on a new contract, and they had to obviously tie him on this contract because if they kept him hanging, maybe a team can come in here and obviously the player will be like, you never showed me that I'm your priority. And let me tell you this, lots of things really go ahead to happen, and I want to confirm to you that footballers are like women. You get, if a woman has reached a level and she feels like she's fed up this, I love you, and she wants marriage, she will choose a man who proposes to her than a man who says, I love you. Now, giving a player a long contract or a new deal is like proposing to him that I want to marry you. And obviously, keeping him in talks is like telling him, I love you, because love doesn't have any assurance of longevity. But when someone proposes and they walk down the aisle, you know what will obviously happen. Continue to subscribe. We are left with like, is it 10 subscribers to hit 28,000 subscribers? So please go ahead and do the needful. Now, who broke the story? It was David Austin from The Athletic and the New York Times in there. And he said, exclusive, Bukayo Saka agrees new +5 improved. Bukayo Saka agrees new plus improved 5-year contract at Arsenal. 24-year-old England international, currently at Arsenal until June 2027. Fresh terms to summer 2023 in process of being finalized. Deal to recognize wingers standing among Europe's best. So, Bukayo Saka has not been a disappointment to the club of Arsenal. That is it. He has come up on several occasions and put up performances, and he last renewed his contract, I think, in 2023. That was the summer. And this contract that is still on was running until 2027. Now, they are like, we are adding you 4 more years, such that we obviously see to it that you go up to 2031. That is Bukayo Saka. And they have recognized his performances as being one of those top left attacking midfielders in Europe. And that's why they've gone ahead to obviously put out such a very fat deal on his table. Then it was followed up by Fabrizio Romano, and he said the following that Bukayo Saka has agreed to sign a 5-year deal at Arsenal until June 2031. As David Austin reports, the verbal agreement has been in place for months and now approved by Arsenal legal side. Official statement to follow from the club of Arsenal. So, it is really huge if you know what it means keeping your star player. And Saka is one of those players that has gone ahead to obviously make a lot of money to the club of Arsenal. And that's why they obviously want him dire. The club of Arsenal, they want to keep him here, and they don't want to see him go anywhere else apart from really staying at the club of Arsenal. And the more you obviously have players like Bukayo Saka, you are really keeping the identity and DNA for the club of Arsenal. As for us who have watched football for some time, Arsenal's brand was built so much onto those players that came from the academy, through all the ranks of the academy and into the first team. I can bring you up to speed. Players like Cesc Fabregas, players like Denilson, players like players like Denilson, Alderie, there are Sendros, Joru, Cliche, Clean Gibbs, players like those that have gone ahead to obviously shine from the academy and really put out a very huge shift in the Jack Wilshere. So when you see Arsenal doing this to Bukayo Saka, they are like preserving their DNA and obviously still sending out a message that we are still Arsenal and we really know exactly what we want to be like at this club. So congratulations to Arsenal upon reaching an agreement with Bukayo Saka, and Saka couldn't really go anywhere because if there is a side that is really performing very well, it's Arsenal, and he wants to win trophies with the club of Arsenal. Sometimes it's always better to leave, but how do you leave? At this juncture, you can't leave Arsenal when they've gone ahead to reach a level of really winning the league. And I can tell you, it's ripe. It's ripe. In conversations with other agents and players last summer, Telegraph Sports understands it was made clear by Arsenal's most powerful executives that Bukayo Saka is the club's franchise player. The message to potential new attacking signings then was clear: he will be behind Saka in terms of status and in terms of salary. As one agent told Telegraph Sport during the summer transfer window, no new signing can ever be given a contract bigger than Saka's. Now, Saka is being taken as the priority player at the club of Arsenal for now. And I tell you, they can say all what they are saying, but it depends on the performance of the player. For example, I can give you a player like Ebelechi Eze. If Ebelechi Eze hits the ground running in 2 seasons and he outshines Bukayo Saka, I tell you, he can really earn more than him. You get? Because you wouldn't like to lose a player like Bukayo Saka. You get? And you remember when Odegaard was given a contract, I think he was really earning more money than Bukayo Saka. I know by the time Gabriel Jesus came in through, he was given a gigantic contract than that of Bukayo Saka. You understand? But right now, I think Saka is really one of those players that commands a lot of respect at the club of Arsenal. And they're going to tell players that Noni Madueke, you're coming in through, but you're going to be an understudy for Bukayo Saka. Which I will understand, but it won't really live all long. As I think last season, he really had a very good season. I think in the first, 10 games before he really got injured. This season, I think he's really lacking. And time will come when he's no longer the favorite at the club of Arsenal. I know people love Bukayo, the children love Bukayo, but if he doesn't turn that love into performances, then I tell you, he won't really long last into being the franchise player for the club of Arsenal. Being the franchise player for Arsenal, that means he really sells and makes the most amount of money from shirt sales and merchandise for the club of Arsenal. That is it. So, as it stands, Bukayo needs to up his stockings. Like yesterday when I really came on and really did the match reaction for the game of Liverpool and Arsenal, I think Bukayo Saka costed them that game, and the manager really played him for so long. He would have wanted to take him off for so much earlier, but he didn't. And that lad is not really doing the needful, because when you look at what Noni Madueke offers, I think Saka needs to sit down and really understand that at a certain point X maybe, if he's not delivering as expected, he'll be thrown down the bench. So that is it for Bukayo Saka, but good for him. I think he's 24 years of age, if at all I'm not mistaken. You get? And he's 24 and is turning 25 in September 2026. So, prime. He's hitting his prime next year. This year. So we wait and see how things pan out for him. But congratulations for Arsenal to obviously getting him or penning him down a contract of 5 more years until 2031. That means he will be here until when he's 29 years of age. And we wait, because the likes of Max Dowman, if they come in through and obviously keep everything up and running, will they obviously handle will Saka be the start of Arsenal? Because Max Dorman has ingredients, that I think are really very, very exceptional. And he also has that tag on him as an academy player that ticks all the boxes for Bukayo Saka, but with a much more advanced skill set than that of Saka. I'm out.